My name is Ben McCormick, and I'm an athletic director here at Janesville Craig High School. Parents and athletes oftentimes have questions about what it exactly is they need to participate in sports here at Craig High School. The purpose of this brief video is to tell you exactly what you need to do in order to participate. You will need a current physical. It's a green participation form. It looks like this. All this information will be picked up in the athletic office here at Craig High School. You will need a physical 2 times in your high school career if you play 4 years of sports. Most typically, people get a sports physical before their freshman year and again before their junior year. It's good for 2 years. If you get the physical before April 1st, it's good for that current school year and the following. If you get it after April 1st, it's good for the next 2 school years. So April 1st is that cutoff date. Again, the green physical card can be picked up at the office and taken with you to the doctor. Oftentimes, doctor offices will have their own form. That does meet the requirement we have for the physical information as well. You don't need the separate form if they have their own. Again, the green physical card can be picked up in the athletic office and turned back in to us after it's signed by a doctor. The doctor's office will oftentimes fax it to us if you request that. The phone number is 743-5196. Again, 608-743-5196. It can be faxed in that way. Athletes who are in their second year of participation who don't need a physical in that current year fill out what's we call the buff card. It's an alternate year card that is required by the WIA, and that needs to be filled out in lieu of that green card. If student athletes are under the age of 18, it needs to be accompanied by a parent signature. Athletes cannot compete, practice, try out unless all this paperwork that I'm talking about has been filled out prior to the start of the first day of practice. Then we have what's called a red card. The red card is medical emergency information. This card is kept at all practices and games to allow our coaches to have medical information on hand and to ensure that athletes have medical coverage. So that's the red card. Also, you need a signed concussion form. Many of you, if you've in the last few years, have had to do this through youth sports. The concussion form is a standard form stating that you recognize the signs and symptoms of concussion behaviors associated with those concussions. And then we also have what's called the AEIB. This is a WIAA form that says, it actually stands for Athletic Eligibility Information Bulletin. And it says that you won't use your athletic status to promote businesses for monetary purposes. Also, you're going to need the signed code card. The code card can be signed for the first time after you attend a code meeting. You can check our website for code meeting dates. After that first initial signing, athletes simply have to sign the code card each year. They don't have to come to the meeting with a parent again in successive years. So they have to attend the code meeting one time in the high school career, and that's it. Fees, there is a $75 fee to play all sports here at Craig High School, and depending on the sport, there may be a surcharge as well. And that information is here. The last form that I have here is the information guide for sports. And also within this form, there's information about free and reduced lunch waivers and also special circumstances waiver. All this information can be picked up in our office here at Craig High School, and all the information needs to be returned back to Craig High School to our secretary's office. If you are on reduced lunch, you pay 20% of the overall fee, so a $75 participation fee now becomes $15. And again, that special circumstances waiver that I mentioned can be filled out by parents who don't qualify for free reduced lunch, but there is some type of extenuating circumstance that they need some financial assistance. All this is confidential, and all this information can be picked up in our office. All checks can be made out to the School District of Janesville. And then again, finally, when you have all this information, you're going to bring it back to the athletic office, and we're going to take you through a brief video at this time showing you what that looks like kind of in fast motion. Thank you again for your time and attention. If you have any questions, you can call our office at 608-743-5266 or email us. Thanks again, and go Cougars.
So what do I need to play a sport?
Well, do you know when you had your last physical?
I'm not sure.
Okay, so I'm going to send you home with the physical form. You take this to the doctor's office. Be sure to have the back filled out completely and your parents sign the bottom. And I'm also going to send home this card with you. This is in case you had a physical last year and don't actually need a physical this year. Here's your red card. Gets filled out on both sides. This is your insurance information. This is the AEIB form. I get the top page with the signatures. You keep the rest. And here's the concussion agreement. And once again, I get the top page with signatures and you keep the rest.
All right, thank you. So I'm going to bring this back signed by me and my parents?
Yes,
All right, thank you.
you're welcome. I'm typing.
Hi, I have my athletic sheets filled out.
Okay, great. All right. May I see your physical sheet?
Yeah, I already had one, so I...
Okay, all right, perfect. Okay, everything's filled out. The parents have signed it. Put the date of your physical on here. Okay, and I need your red card. Perfect. I need your AEIB. I'm going to keep the signature page. You are keeping the rest. And your concussion. And once again, I'm keeping the signature page. You are keeping the rest. Okay. And I do have your code card from the meeting, so we're going to file that. And you are all set.
All right, thank you.
Wait, hang on.
Oh,
I'm going to give you your red card now with the receipt on it. This is what you give to the coach. This tells the coach that you have completed all of this stuff and you are eligible to practice. There you go. You're all set.
thank you.
You're welcome.